in the West. It comes from the medieval times when the English longbow was the best weapon of war. If the French people captured the English longbow, and they would cut these two fingers off, so that if they released the prisoners, they could no longer shoot their bows. So when the English people were defending, they would stand on the walls and do this to say, I've still got my two fingers. Go away, French people. So yeah, if you go to a Western country, don't do this when you pose. This is fine, peace.
Right, okay. So the British peoples do hate French people, right? Okay. Okay, by the way, so that is the culture difference. And the next one will be the tipping culture. Well, in Taiwan we don't tip. Do we? Do we tip? Right. Well, but in the UK and in America, of course, if you don't tip, they will consider you very rude. So, tell me, do you have the experience about tipping in America or in Taiwan?
We have tipping culture in Greece, so it wasn't very strange. But I didn't I think in the US it's definitely a lot more strict. Like they will actually have it already on your receipt, like write in your tip, or your tip should be this percentage of what you're paying. So it's definitely more pronounced.
Alright.
And then when I came here, it was like, really? You don't want a tip? Oh, okay, thank you. But so it's, yeah.
Okay.
Just have to
Paul, any experience you want to share?
When I came to Taiwan, I tried to tip the taxi driver 2 or 3 times, and I just got kind of a disgusting look. I was like, no. So I just stopped. Yeah, stopped trying.
Okay. But in the same token, if we do the same thing, like with what we do in Taiwan, we don't tip other people. Yeah, the waiter or the waitress or the storekeepers might get confused or even get pissed off. I think they would definitely get pissed off. Right. Okay. And next one would be ethic. Ethic. Well, ethic means that's a 礼貌. 礼貌. Okay. So I think the most polite race in the world would be the Japanese people, right? Okay, DJ, do you want to share your experience while traveling the world? I mean, we all know that when Japanese people like to greet people, they like to bow, right? So, and of course, you got a lot of, we all know that Japanese people are really polite. But when you are in different countries, so do you have encounters any, culture shock while traveling? For example, you found someone, oh my god, he does not do what I used to do when I'm in Japan. Do you think they're a little bit rude or, impolite? Or you are already used to everything?
Outside Japan, people are absolutely less polite.
Because as far as I know, for Japanese people, even they don't know each other, they still bow, right? Okay, even someone who then meets for the first time, they still bow to each other to greet, right? So, how do you think about if someone who refused to do this in another country, or have you ever had any culture shock?
Maybe I share one funny experience.
Okay.
In Nigeria, I forgot. Yes, I saw somebody. So thank you. Hit my head.
Oh my! Really rude. Yeah, and what's the reason?
I forgot, but the place was like it's a quarter. I don't know why.
Okay, so hopefully your head is not hit here in Taiwan. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm definitely sure that we are not gonna hit you. Right. The last one, the safe face culture. Alright, so I think Asian people have like safe face cultures. So, well, okay. Yemi, have you ever heard about these cultures? No? Okay, because I think in Asia, people is like a we society. I think in Western world it's like me society, right? Paul, do you want to say more about this?
I've come across it because it's a safe face. But if you're in a group of people, all considered to be roughly on an equal social level, if one of you, say, trips up or does something that makes you look stupid, then the other people in the group will kind of say, oh, I do that all the time, so that you're more accepted and you're not as you don't lose face. Yeah. But I think in the West they probably just go, ah, look at you. Yeah. They don't really care. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Is that what can Taiwanese people confirm or deny? You know, is that?
Well, we do laugh at someone who trip over, right? But
yeah, in the older people, do you have that kind of safe face thing?
yeah, I think because as I've mentioned before, in Asian we consider ourselves like a we culture, and usually we care so much about other people think about us. Yeah, so we need to live up to other people's expectation sometimes. For example, your mothers or your fathers always expect you to study, to get good grades, and to become good person in the future. You need to study. Don't spend your night over with your friends too often, right? And they always expect you to become someone good in the future. But for Western family, probably they expect their children to be more independent. So probably after they are like over 20 years old, they expect their children to be more independent, for example, to live outside instead of staying in their family.
It's like 17 or 18.
17 or 18, right? And they expect that they can, to be more independent, can care about themselves. However, now, of course, here in Taiwan, most people still live with their families even though they're married, right? And they want to live with their parents as well as their children's, and that's what we wanted to have an extended family living in the same place. But I don't think that's a situation in the Western culture. Is it?
It used to be 40, 50 years ago. But over the last 30, 40, 50 years, people don't even visit the family sometimes.
Don't even visit?
Maybe
Right?
just at Christmas or on a birthday.
So like once or twice a year?
Yeah. It's just a busy business culture. When they're making money, they're not interested in relationships, especially family.
So, well, I think that would be a little bit sad.
Yeah,
Right, that would be Tammy? Same situation happened in Belize?
I think in Belize, it's more of like your economic situation. So you tend to see extended families in the poor communities, and people that are more affluent, they will tend to be, okay, I'm in my 20s, I'm gonna go get a nice job in the city and get my own apartment, and stuff like that. So it varies.
Alright.
But I think family is still pretty important because, like, even for me, after I moved away, I would visit like once a month or twice a month to go to see my parents and see my family. And that's generally how other young people are in my.
Well, but in Asian we say we value filial piety quite a lot. Filial piety 就是孝道. Okay, so we valued our relationships with our parents, with our children quite a lot, right? So, well, that is, as I've mentioned, this is we live in a we society here in Asia. But next, I think it's time to watch a short video explaining Mike's friend, who's John, who's going to plan a visit in Europe. So do you mind opening your handouts to page 2, please? Okay, so let's see more about this one. Okay. Oh, but before that, for the first time, let's just watch a film, right, without looking at the handout, okay? Right, 第一次我们先不要看，好不好？先不要看讲义哦，偷看单调哦。好，来，我们来看一下。Okay, so let's watch it. Okay, so ready?
John and Mike are taking a break from playing basketball in the park.
So, are you going to spend Chinese New Year in Taiwan this year?
Actually, I'm thinking about going to New York City for vacation.
Really? That sounds great. Have you gotten your visa yet? I've heard that it can be quite a bit of trouble and is pretty expensive too.
Not anymore. Ever since the visa waiver program started in November, all Taiwanese with e-passport can register online by giving some basic information. I could then travel to the United States for up to 90 days.
That sure makes it easier.
Okay, so now here's the question. So if you have registered online, if you have the approval of the ESTAs, and if you've got permission, of course, how many days can we stay in New York? 90 days. Yeah, and that will make the travel, the whole situations easier, much easier, right? Okay, so now I'd like you to open your handouts page 2 and write down the blankets here, fill out blankets here. Okay, let's do it again.
So, are you going to spend Chinese New Year in Taiwan this year?
Actually, I'm thinking about going to New York City for vacation.
Really? That sounds great. Have you gotten your visa yet? I've heard that it can be quite a bit of trouble and is pretty expensive too.
Not anymore. Ever since the visa waiver program started.
So what program is it? Visa waiver program. Good. How do you spell waiver? W-A-I-V-E-R. Good, good, good. Next.
Started in November. All Taiwanese with e-passport can register online by...
So what can they do online? What should they do online? Register. Yeah, you can turn back to your handout, which is on page 1. Register. Yeah, to put someone's or something's name on an official list. 注册的意思哦。So everybody register. Go. Yeah, so of course you got to register online. Yeah, to get the approval of the Electronic Systems for Travel Authorization, ESTA. Right.
Giving some basic information. I could then travel to the United States for up to 90 days.
For up to how many days?
90.
Is like 19 or 90? 19? 90? Or 007? No? Okay. So let's listen to it again.
Go to the United States for up to 90 days.
90 or 19? Probably 90. Alright, so here is the answer. Here comes the answer. So, visa waiver program. Definitely you should register online and you can stay up to 90 days. Okay, and next, let's move on. Right, 好，接下来我们不要看讲义哦。Okay, next, let's get the films continue.
That sure makes it easier.
It sure does. Do you have any suggestions about what I should do when I'm in New York?
Well, you probably should take one of the double-decker bus tours around the city in the first day or two. That will help you get your bearings, and the guides are very knowledgeable about the city.
Is it easy to get around the city?
If you're there for a week, you'll want to get a subway pass. They offer day passes for 1, 2, 3, or 7 days. You can buy them at the subway stations, and it's cheaper than paying for separate trips.
What about taking taxis?
They'll be expensive, and you'll have to tip the driver. Also remember that you have to tip 15 to 20% when you're in restaurants.
I'll make a mental note of that, definitely.
You really should read up on what you want to do before you get to New York. You'll definitely want to visit the Empire State Building, check out Central Park, go to the Metropolitan Museum, and maybe see a show on Broadway.
What about hotels? Are they expensive?
Very expensive compared to Taiwan. There are some hostels you can stay at and a few cheaper hotels. You'll have to book ahead of time though, as they fill up quickly.
Alright, okay. So here it is. Here is the question for you. I don't know whether you've got the answers or not, but why does Mike recommend a double-decker bus tour? Why? Because that might be the quickest way to get the bearing, right? So to get the bearings, so 我们看一下第一页的第二个单字哦。That's focused on the second vocabularies which on the page 1. Get your bearings. Everybody, get your bearings. Go. To find out. Go. To find out exactly where you are. 哦，就可以知道你在哪里，去熟悉环境啦。哦，所以第二个就是熟悉环境哦。So of course that is the fastest way to get your bearings. And the next one. What should traveler do if they want to take a taxi in New York City? What should they do? Yeah, good. Yeah, don't forget to tip the driver. And do you know how many percent they should tip the drivers? 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 20, or all of your money? You should give all of your money to the drivers. Yeah, actually you should tip at least like 15 to 20.